Hello darlings, Miss Heather Hotlips James with Heartbeat in the City at the City Museum in Portsmouth at the exhibition, let me check its name, No Place Like Pompey. And being a Portsmouth born and bred gal, I am thrilled to give you a quickie tour round this new exhibition which will be in the City Museum for 5 years. Now, for the council to encourage others from the UK to visit Portsmouth and Southsea in 1908, this is what they said: come to sunny Southsea where the death rate is only 9 per 1,000. So obviously we were such a healthy lot back there that slogan was to bring, as you can see, a packed promenade down at sunny Southsea. Now moving on, I've got to check on this because this was about in the 500s and whatever AD, and this is a log boat that we're very proud of, that we've got bits and pieces of, as you can see. Now, more about the island city. We're quite proud of being an island city, and we also have a good sense of humour here in Portsmouth and Southsea. So we have a super couple called the Caravan Gallery, and they do an alternative look at Portsmouth and Southsea, which is extremely humorous, as you can see what life is in this city. Again, the part of the island city, we have a very eclectic mix. I was quite surprised at this video, although I know we've got Gosport Ferry and we've got warships and there's the RLNI. I didn't know there were seals in Langstone Harbour. So if you're local or you're coming to visit Portsmouth from across the world, you need to come and have a look at this wonderful city, not just the Spinnaker Tower, which is our modernity and is iconic, but we have wonderful history and not just naval, because a lot of people think we're just a naval city, because I'm going to take you around the corner, and we had a lot to do with the army. So follow me round. Fabulous video. Coming round to here, as I say, most people know Portsmouth as a naval city, but we had a lot to do with the army, and there's a piece here all about the army. And the actual building we're in was a barracks, an army barracks. And if I take you round here, headquarters of the Solent Garrison, you can see all the different army paraphernalia. When I come to this picture here, folks, here is where we are now, and that's when it was a barracks. So this actual fabulous looking window is where I'm standing now. So moving round. Now, I can remember as a child in the mid-1950s, Portsmouth Dockyard was the mainstay of this city. And as a child, people didn't have cars in those days, not in the 50s, but what they did have was bicycles. And if you see here, the Portsmouth Dockyard, the hooter would go at 12 o'clock and they'd come out in their hundreds, a sea of faces, the dockies, on bikes, no cars. People didn't have cars, but back in the 1930s, and you can see a very nice riding group there. But I can assure you, as a kid in the 1950s, my dad did have a little old banger, and when that hooter went, I think it was 4 o'clock, and the Dockyard kicked out, nobody moved at Unicorn Gate, no car moved, because that sea of bicycles just completely took the road over. And I've just been chatting to the lady, and this bike was her dad's, all right, and she's just donated to the exhibition. Coming along now, more into the naval world, which a lot of you will know about Portsmouth. You may wonder why there is a corset in amongst all the naval paraphernalia. Well, some of you may not know that Portsmouth was the corset capital of the world back in the late 1800s and early 1900s, right the way through till about the 70s, 80s. We were the corset capital of the world. In fact, Vollers, let me just check, I can't remember, I know they're over 100 years old. 1899, their granddad established Vollers, corset makers in Portsmouth, and the grandsons still are making corsets now, but a bit more like the Madonna one. Than my gran used to have a pink satin corset with whalebone, and used to have to put the knee in the back and lace her stays up. Those were the days. Moving round again, more interest to the Navy, more more Navy. It's such a wonderful history that Portsmouth has, where we are marine. But it isn't just, as I say, the Navy. We've got wonderful wildlife as well. So coming back round again, we're going to show you an old organ, famous old organ, which I don't know much about, so we'll go and find out. It's very busy, the exhibition today, because it is the opening. So if I just bring you through, past the island city, and we're going to go round the corner, and we're going to take a look at this organ. We're going to have a read up and see what it is. Okay, please do not play. Oh, right, well, I don't know anything about the organ. But excuse me, please. Hello, Drew. Lovely to see you. Andrew, darling, will you please tell the viewers about the organ?
So this organ is from the workhouse at St Mary's, and that's now where St Mary's Hospital is now, and it's here in the gallery to represent part of the history of Portsmouth.
Andrew, I just want you to finish and tell me about the wall, the famous wall of pictures here. How did you get those pictures? Did you put out and ask people to send pictures in?
No, as part of Portsmouth Museums Record Service, we collect photos and all sorts of things over the years. So these are all things we collected literally over decades, and the idea is to have a real selection of pictures of people from the past, from all Portsmouth people, so they've all got connections with Portsmouth.
Right.
But they're all ordinary people, so when you look at them, it's just like you or I.
Could be my mum and dad, or your...
Exactly.
Okay, so you haven't got any of your relatives in here then?
No.
Nor mine. Nobody asked me for my pictures. And the video we've got here, what's actually happening on the video?
This is interviews that were done by the Caravan Gallery, who are local artists who actually, for a different project, but it fits in very well here, and they've let us use it. They interviewed local people and just asked them what they thought about Portsmouth, what they liked about it. Mostly people really like it.
Okay.
Some people point out things that aren't quite so good, but it's a really good selection of really quite honest opinions about Portsmouth.
Brilliant. And in this case here?
This case is going to have some changing exhibitions in that members of the community come and do their own exhibitions in. But to start off with, it's all things featuring the Portsmouth Crest. So you can see the star and crest.
Spade was for, it's a nice silver spade for digging, dear.
So yeah, they've all got the crest on, so it's just showing different ways that the city crest has been used.
Back in the 50s again, when people went on holiday to seaside towns, you always bought a little bit of, well, you won't remember because he's young, but I remember you always brought back a present for your family with the crest on of that city, didn't you?
Yeah, and up here you can see these ceramics that a lot of those are souvenirs that you might have bought. There's a couple of ships and a submarine, for example, that have all got the crest on.
Well, as I said, folks, it is a whistle-stop tour today, and we only got the lovely Andrew Whitmarsh, D-Day Museum Development Officer now, for the last couple of minutes, because you're busy, aren't you?
I am.
He's very, very busy. So thank you for your input for the last bit. Thank you very much, Andrew. My pleasure. You can get back to work now. Thank you very much. So there you are, folks. You need to come down to the City Museum, Museum Road. It's free. I do believe it's open 7 days. And it's lovely. Although we think we know, because we're born in Portsmouth, that we know all about our city. Well, I didn't know about the seals. And there'll be lots of things that it's nice to sort of remember back, and it's also nice to bring the kids and the grandkids. So there you are. It's great to talk to you again, folks. I'll see you soon. This is Miss Heather Hotlips James, Heartbeat in the City. Leg over and out. Bye, folks. Bye.